This is a violation of military tradition. Atiku slams military honors given to Seyi Tinubu. Welcome to Naija Anchor News. And what we have on our table today is the controversy surrounding the recent military parade in honor of Seyi Tinubu, the son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This event has sparked a strong reaction from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has condemned the military-like honors given to Seyi. Atiku described the event as a gross violation of military tradition and a desecration of the highly revered military practices. Let's take a closer look at the incident and hear what Atiku and others have to say about it. To begin with, the incident that has grown such harsh criticism involves a video circulating online. In the video, Seyi Tinubu is seen receiving a salute from a quarter guard on his arrival in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The president's son then goes on to inspect the quarter guard, a military-like procession that raised eyebrows due to its apparent lack of authenticity. This event took place during the first annual Youth Summit and Empowerment Program, themed Renewed Hope Agenda, a concrete foundation for a prosperous Nigeria. However, it's the military-like ceremony that has become the focal point of controversy. Atiku Abubakar, through his media advisor, Mr. Paul Ibe, strongly condemned the act, stating that it was a blatant violation of military tradition. Atiku expressed his deep concern that Nigerians were subjected to a video showing young men armed and in full military procession, giving military honors to the president's son, who, according to Atiku, had no legitimate military affiliation. The former vice president also questioned the legitimacy of the group behind the event, the so-called Nigerian Cadets Network, which he claims is not a recognized entity within the Nigerian Armed Forces. Atiku further expressed his dismay over the use of the term cadet, which is typically reserved for formally trained military personnel, being exploited by civilians to tarnish the extant traditions of the military. He stressed that such an act could undermine the integrity of the Nigerian Armed Forces and could lead to a dangerous precedent, especially with the increased proliferation of illegal firearms in the country. The former vice president went on to review that his legal team, along with military experts, had investigated the Nigerian Cadets Network and discovered that it is not a legally registered entity. In addition to questioning the legitimacy of the organization, Atiku raised concerns about the firearms displayed by civilians during the procession. He noted that this was happening at a time when illegal arms proliferation is at an all-time high in Nigeria. Atiku called for a thorough investigation by the relevant security agencies to uncover the truth behind the event. The investigation should focus on verifying the legitimacy of the Nigerian Cadets Network, understanding the origin of the firearms, and determining whether any legal violations were committed, particularly by the president's son or members of the group. Atiku emphasized that if any wrongdoings were found, it is the constitutional duty of Nigerian security agencies to ensure that those responsible are held accountable. Now, this entire episode have raised questions about the boundaries between civilian life and military traditions. Atiku's statement has also brought to light a broader view about the possible erosion of military standards and discipline in Nigeria. While the event may have been intended to honor the president's son, the use of military-like honors and firearms by civilians, especially in such an official capacity, is undoubtedly problematic. It begs the question, should any individual, no matter their political status, be above the laws and traditions that govern the military? Well, this display have sparked reactions from a lot of citizens, and we'll be taking a few comments. Our first comment is coming from Ayo Aloko. Ayo said this is a show of shame. Seyi Tinubu isn't a public officer and should be accorded such, whether it is a commissioned cadet or not. It's an abuse of power. Shameful. Up next is coming from Femi Badmos. Femi said, the question we should ask ourselves is that, did Seyi requested for a display of military honor? There's no reason for all these cheap blackmails and wailing everywhere. Up next is coming from Salihu Ibra. Sahilu said, this is highly condemnable and unacceptable. The North voted for President Bat, not Seyi. Where was Seyi when his dad lost Lagos in 2023 general election? Time to stop this abuse so as not to further tarnish our image globally. And lastly, from Ari Latosa, Ari said, this must be mental problem, real mental problem. Where is the full military honors? Atiku's desperation for relevance has beclouded his ability to reason well. Well, that's all the comments we can take for now. So what do you think about this issue? Should there be consequences for those involved in the event, or do you think it's been blown out of proportion? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and remember to stay tuned to Naija Anchor News for more updates on this and other important news stories.